So Sonia Lewis, also known as the student loan doctor, did an interview with Earn Your Leisure. This was my favorite part of the interview. Roll a clip.
So do you ever think there's a time where just all student loan will be forgiven?
Why would that be beneficial?
You have millions of people who just can't pay their student loans, then that probably will have more of a...
Statistically, who can't pay their student loans?
Who can't?
Mm-hmm. I'm baiting you.
Low income people, I would assume. Middle class, low income.
What do they look like?
Black people.
Okay. So here's the thing. When we talk about the largest holders of student loan debt, they're African American women 30 through 55.
You heard the Hey, black folks, I know they said to go to school, get an education, so one day you could live the American dream. But in the words of your government, I'm here to tell you right now,
we don't care.
Percentage-wise or numbers-wise?
Well, percentage of the borrowers in total who owns the most student loan debt, who has the most degrees, is that group of people. So it's interesting. You remember when they were talking about the number of forgiveness they were going to give out, either 10 or 20,000? Did you ever wonder why they ended at that number? So statistically, if they gave out 20,000, that cleared the population of white male borrowers.
Yeah, completely.
Still race.
Yeah, because the amount that they owed was around
under 20,000.
Yeah, it was under 20,000. So I think the average, I remember reading this, the average was like $16.5 thousand that they owed.
Now to be fair, because I like these guys, but I always fact check when people say stuff like this, because I want y'all to have the most accurate information. Now I did find an article saying blacks on average owe 52,000 and whites owe 28,000. That was the closest I got to the 20,000 they spoke of. But when you Google how much white student loan debt is, this is the first chart that comes up by bankrate.com. Average total education loan debt for blacks, 53,000, but their median net worth, 44,000. However, for whites, it's 46,000, but their net worth are 284,000. So in other words, they could have just paid that shit out of pocket.
So now when you clear out all of these women, black women with student loan debt, and I know that other people have student loans that are black, obviously, but statistically, now we put this population with no debt, most agreed, now they can become homeowners, you say? Now it changes the whole landscape of Welcome to America. So when you ask me, do I think they're going to eliminate? No. Why?
It's deeper than that. 3 things happened once black people started getting educated. The first thing that happened was in 2005, Senator Joe Biden from Delaware was one of the main people pushing Congress to pass the Bankruptcy Abuse Prevention and Consumer Protection Act, which made it impossible for students to file for bankruptcy for student loans. The second thing that happened was the price of college went through the roof. Take me, for example. I went to college in 2007.
Bam! I'm sorry.
2 years after this bill passed. If I had started school in 2003, my tuition would have been $10,000 for the education, room, and board. By the time I graduated, though, in 2011, tuition plus room and board was $25,000. And as of 2024, the tuition for the same school is $38,000.
Oh, hell no!
Okay. And I know you're wondering, in these past, 20 years, do you think the education system improved another $28,000 worth a year? Hell no. But anyways, the third thing that happened was recently, now that all these black kids started getting these degrees, well, companies don't require you to have a degree anymore, making your degree pointless.
Facts.
You think that, okay, so it's a trap pretty much.
I'm not saying it's a trap. What I'm saying is this is where our community, when we talk about the black community, and I hate to just always take it to race, but statistically it just very glaring, has to be wiser and be informative about borrowing practices. Now, the challenge here is that a lot of times when we look at this number, that person is also the first to graduate in their family from college. Mm-hmm. So we don't want to take the pride away from those numbers, and the first to have a graduate degree, the first to have a doctoral degree. So we don't want to take any of that pride away. But what I'm saying is now mom, grandmom, even let's say your grandmom at this point, How do we help your child and your grandchild not be in that same number and same boat?
Yeah.
One of the things that we're concerned about is if we see our clients get out of student loan debt at, like, let's say age 40, 45, we see that person going back into student loan debt at age 50, 55 because of Parent Plus loans, because there's not a plan for their child or grandchild.
Yeah. So the plan is really, yes, if you want to achieve the same goal, all for it. How do we do it more effectively? How do we do it more efficiently?
Stop sending these kids to college. If they don't have a plan or they're undecided, they shouldn't go. If they don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, something that you know is going to have a good return on their education, they shouldn't go. Because in order for us to compete and buy houses and build wealth like the other races, well, we're gonna have to start making smarter decisions. And I'm not blaming anybody. We did what we thought was the best for us at the time. But times have changed now. And as someone with an MBA in finance, my kids, they don't have to go to college as long as they have a better plan for how they're gonna make money in the future. But that's just my thoughts. And if you like this video, I made a really good video discussing what happens to your debt when the dollar dies. So let me know what y'all think about it. I'm out.